no Drew today, so I'm gonna be your host. My name's Dylan, here with my analysts Harold and Hector. And you know, we gotta bring he got caught on IG Live. You know, we got and we also have our brand new unpaid intern behind the camera named Chris. You guys will see the beauty that I see right now. But let's jump straight into it. Let's talk about our week 1 winners and losers.
Harold?
Biggest fucking loser of the week.
I wonder who it is.
Hector Lugo.
Yes.
His team. So bad. So bad. Didn't show any fucking life. No life at all. All mid. Nobody was that outlier, that X factor. You know, everyone, Jonathan Taylor, no receptions, bad thing. Devontae Adams, Gardner Minshew, trash. It just didn't look good. It just didn't look. Only winner of it is J.K. Dobbins, really good, showed potential. That Jim Harbaugh offense, he's just going to be running the ball. So I think he has a real big winner in that one. But the rest of his team, trash. Not going to get into it.
I mean, tough week for me. Tough week, very much so. But I think another loser that we have to talk about is Mikey. No CMC, and you didn't draft his backup in Jordan Mason, who just put up 17 points against one of the quote-unquote best D-lines in the league. I don't see how you could draft CMC and not pick up his replacement.
Chris, can we fact check that, Chris? I don't think Jordan Mason dropped 17 points.
I don't think he did, but I will fact check.
I think he dropped 22.
I could actually pull this up right now.
Can I get a fact check?
I'm already showing up.
Please fact check that, Chris.
So he's fact checking that.
Well, when he fact checks that, let's go to Dom. Who do you have as your biggest winner or loser of the week?
Okay, so let's get it for real. My biggest loser, I'm sorry, Kyle. Listen, like I said, your team on paper, it realistically shouldn't be as bad as it is.
No.
But it just is. Listen. And there was a lot of issues with the past week involving your team. We won't get into that just yet. But you did something I didn't like. I didn't like it at all. But listen, you had Jonathan Taylor drop, like Harold said, 10 points. Who else did you have? You had Devontae Adams, not great. Gardner Minshew, as a Raiders fan, it's hard to see that type of shit. and it's even harder to see, this kind of play from you every year. It's hard. It's hard to see you draft these kind of teams. Like I said, on paper, I didn't think it was that bad of a team. But, every year this seems to happen where you just 70 points or less. But listen, you made some changes to your team. We'll get into that later. But, we'll see how it goes.
We do have a fact check on that Jordan Mason stat. Dom was right, 22.2 points.
Okay, even better.
Even worse for Mikey. How do you not draft your backup RB of
Listen, before we go back to Dylan, who's going to probably state a winner since all of us have put in losers, I would rather have a mediocre team and have a championship ring than consistently be in the number ones just to shit himself in the playoffs. So, anyways, Dylan, go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna come here with my big winner, a small loser. All right. So my big winner is gonna be Dom. Most points dropped in the league, week 1. Zero RB. Only person I think in our league to actually go full like a real zero RB. Drops 157. Why do you make that joke? I really think he's the only guy that really wins.
We'll see if it pays out this week, huh? Holy man!
Hey, it's not working. That's not 14 weeks.
We will see. You're better than that. You have your whole team to play.
We don't need any suspensions handed up.
Thank you.
Can I get a fact check on when Dom drafted his first running back, please?
His first running back?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
I will get that fact check.
All right. So while Chris does that, my small loser is going to be the man sitting right next to me. It's going to be Harold. He dropped 127 and still lost.
That's a big loss.
Huge.
But
more lucky than a loss, but go on.
It is just week 1, so you should take this 127 as optimism.
Hey, I never have optimism. Look, speaking of Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua's gone now. Big loss for Jake. I think he's getting riddled by injuries. Not a good thing for his team. Unfortunate loss. RB2 Chuba Hubbard's gone. Not gone. Was never there. He's just trash. What a stupid RB2 to have. But I think he's lost in the week. We're definitely with injuries, but it's better for me. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 1. Beware. I'm not worried about Marvin Harrison. Rookie. He's going to get into it. So yeah, big winner for me for Cooper Kupp. Loser that I lost, but okay, we'll bounce back.
Yeah, true.
So I do have that fact check. He drafted in the 6th round. He drafted David Montgomery.
A real 0 RB right there.
That is a 0
That
RB.
is a real 0 RB.
He actually did back-to-back RBs with Brian Robinson Jr. at his 7th pick.
He meant to draft Bijan.
And let's just, for the audience watching, let's just clarify this. The only reason that David Montgomery put up a respectable performance was due to an overtime game between the Rams and the Lions.
He got all his points from that one guy.
Here's what I have to say about David Montgomery. Y'all swear to God like the Lions are just gonna, they saw Jameer Gibbs play last year, and you swear to God they were gonna throw David Montgomery out the back window. That's not gonna happen. David Montgomery is still David Montgomery, and he's a Jameer Gibbs will get all the yards, David Montgomery will get the touchdowns. I don't believe my RBs are as terrible as everyone says they will be. Like I said, Brian Robinson was the RB4 for about 6 weeks last year. Listen, I think I have a solid team. My RBs obviously could use some work, but I don't think they're as bad as everyone else makes them out to be.
Only time will tell, I guess.
All right, let's move on to our next segment. We're recording this on Friday. This might come out Saturday or Sunday after the game's been played, but we're going to talk about our Thursday game, our biggest winners and losers. So I'll go ahead and start. Our biggest winner, I think, is going to be Ethan, honestly. Ethan, 30 points from James Cook. Harold, we'll get to you too. I
No.
I do think you're up there too.
The biggest winner definitely Devon A. Chain, bro. He dropped 30 points with 1 touchdown. We love to see that.
And he wasn't
as a
100%.
fantasy owner.
But
And that's the thing, though. We'll always be 100%. Still that risk of
very true.
still risk of injuries.
But the thing with Devon A. Chain though is he's gonna be good because he has Skylar Thompson, and Skylar Thompson is utter ass, so he's just gonna do check downs, dump downs to Devon A. Chain. But the question is, can he stay healthy? There's some plays like in the middle, like when the play ended, where he would just be limping. So if he does end up becoming, a better fantasy RB than we've seen in Christian McCaffrey for this season, then Ethan hit the lottery. What can I say?
Yeah.
Another big winner. Not big, mid winner. Drew. Shakir's that number one wide receiver. Only thing is,
I don't think so.
It's Curtis Samuel.
Security! Samuel is the wide receiver.
Security!
Buffalo Bills.
Security! He is not. He is not.
He is.
He's never been wide receiver. He never will be wide receiver.
You just wait. Come on. You understand. You understand.
Whatever. Shakir, wide receiver one. Thank you very much. Only thing bad though is Josh Allen not really throwing that ball out there. Didn't look good, especially for Chris. He just want to see that. He wants to see him toss that ball, get those yardage, get those touchdowns. The only thing he has good for him is that rushing, but you know what? James Cook took them all.
Listen, I think I have a clear winner and a clear loser. The clear winner, come on, we gotta talk about it, man. James Cook. Man, that boy is running.
He looked good out there.
Listen, if Buffalo keeps on going with this run-heavy offensive scheme that has so far worked the first 2 weeks of the season, they're already 2-0. They already beat a divisional rival.
Yes, sir.
And James Cook looked pretty damn good, not only running the ball, but catching the ball too. Let's not forget that he did get a receiving touchdown. Now, another clear winner, or another clear loser, that is on the same team, unfortunately, Tyreek Hill. Listen, I get it, it's Tyreek Hill. He's a unicorn in the wide receiver position, but let's be honest. There's a big quality difference between Tua and Skylar Thompson. There's just way too much of a difference, and they are possibly saying that Tua, if his injury is that big, it could be 8 to 12 weeks. That's not good looking good for Tyreek.
Let me speak about that.
Bruces are saying we need to take a moment of silence for Tua. Okay.
Listen, about that Tyreek situation, I'm not worried. If Tua doesn't come back, I'm not worried. Tyreek Hill is fucking Tyreek Hill. It takes one blown coverage to get that man 30 points on the board, even if it's Skylar Thompson.
Bro, Skylar Thompson's going to throw it right to the DB.
And Skylar Thompson throw the deep ball.
No, he's shown
That
last year.
was his first game back since 2022.
Listen.
It's
Chris,
okay.
Chris,
If he ends up becoming the starter, that's fine. Get him warmed up, get that chemistry back. I'm fine with Skylar Thompson. Tyreek Hill will still get his points. And if you know what? If they fucking get Ryan Tannehill, even fucking better.
Look, Chris, you having Tyreek Hill the previous year, you know how it was changing from Tua to the backup quarterbacks.
It was not pretty.
It was not pretty.
I'm not worried.
Not good.
But it is Tyreek Hill.
Thank you.
It's
It's Tyreek Hill.
It is Tyreek Hill.
He has been the number 2 receiver. I'm looking at the documents right now. He's been the number 2 receiver for the past 2 years.
Wow.
Only going
Making third.
Incredible stat. Incredible stat. That's right.
Another big fucking loser. Jake, what are we doing? What are we doing, Jake? Jeff Wilson as your number 2? What the fuck are we doing?
Man.
What are we doing? You had a great play last week because Xavier Worthy. We all admitted it. But then you come back with this? Jeff Wilson?
Not good, man.
You're just hoping for a touchdown. It didn't come, man. Didn't look good. Dylan and Hector clearly that RB1. He was healthy. And you put Jeff Wilson in there for just a luck draw. You didn't have it.
Hey, we also got to talk about a little bit of Dalton Kincaid action here. You know, Dalton Kincaid showed some flashes of good potential as a reliable, consistent fantasy tight end. I think that there are a lot of good options on that offense. Curtis Samuel was definitely not one of them. But Khalil Shakir, very good, definitely undisputed wide receiver 1. James Cook, if he keeps going, he's going to be the focal point of this offense. But let's not talk about
Kincaid's still there. You know, he definitely got a lot of targets, got some receptions.
Kincaid will be a good fantasy ball tight end.
All right. Anything else?
Let me get into my biggest winner of the week, which was, I agree with Dylan. Ethan definitely won this Thursday night game. Devon Chain almost 30 fucking points, and he still has 8 people left on his roster to play.
Huge.
And then my biggest loser, or not my biggest loser, most people thought I would say Harold won this week, but I don't think so. Tyreek Hill, 6.6 points. I think he should be winning. I think he should be winning. Scott Thompson, not looking good. Not looking good. Tyreek Hill is very reliant on that deep ball for his points, and that's what Tua could do.
Bullshit.
You know,
a lot of the time.
Ever heard yards after catch?
I'm going to have to disagree with you. Chris, you can fact check me on this, but week 1, believe it or not, it was Tyreek Hill's biggest yak touchdown of his career. Tyreek Hill actually caught the ball against Jacksonville, and from pretty much the point on where he caught it, it wasn't a very deep ball, and he just blew by every single corner that was around him. So
Thank you, Hector.
we don't have to necessarily talk about the deep ball. Tyreek Hill, just with his pure speed alone, is dangerous enough.
He's always going to be a threat. That's why I'm not worried about it.
Absolutely.
But I understand that was funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack back to my biggest winner and loser. And we're gonna expand on it a little bit later after the meme break. But I'm gonna talk about my game of the week right now. It's gonna be Jake and Mikey. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like Jake is the biggest loser this week because of Jeff Wilson. But you also have Mikey with Tua. We didn't even talk about Mikey and Tua.
This is a bad trade, Mikey.
We took that moment of silence, just like how for the amount of seconds that Tua was throwing up with his fingers when he was on the ground.
That's insane.
So
that's insane.
So we need to really address this game that's happening right now. But we're gonna go ahead and go to a beat break right now, and we'll catch you guys later.
Tupac back. That's all these bitches screaming at Tupac back. All eyes on me. Better picture me rolling. Riding brand new rims, but them bitches.
Willie Adamas at the plate.
你好，中国出入境管理局，你有一则新信息。
Their butts off tonight, and we're sitting here again talking about the same things, about not finishing when you have an opponent in a position to put him away. But
So I think it's time we stop stalling. Let's address the elephant in the room. Mine and Hector's trade.
Was Jonathan Taylor. Guess who the second round pick was? Devontae Adams.
For clarification, people, I had 2 second-round picks.
What round did Josh Jacobs go into? Third. And then what round did Devonta Smith go into? Fourth. So you gave up a first round pick and a second round pick for a third round pick and a fourth round pick.
Listen,
now, I'm no mathematician, guys. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but that doesn't seem equal to me. That doesn't seem equal.
Well, I'm no mathematician either. But what rank is Devontae Adams and what rank is Devonta Smith?
I get a fact check on that.
I'm no mathematician.
The ranks are all after 1 week.
I'm no.
Devontae
Rams win after 1 week?
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Hector, he probably lost the trade. But it's not as bad as you are making it seem out to be. You're acting like this is a league-winning trade right here.
Oh, it is.
But it's not. But it's not. Because here's what happens, right? What if Jonathan Taylor gets hurt? Then who are you going to say wins that trade?
You can't predict that, though.
You can't predict what Devontae Adams is the bottom. You can't predict JT and Adams are going to produce at first and second round talent either. It's a two-way street.
I would still pay them over Josh Jacobs and Devontae Smith.
No.
I am the one who made this trade. Let me talk.
Hector, you're an idiot. Sit down. This is an idiot conversation. No. I need you to understand, Hector. Dom's right. The value does not line up. All right? The value doesn't make sense. If you made this trade at the deadline, I would perfectly understand. You are making Hail Mary moves in week 2. It's too early.
Listen, people. Let's forget what. Let's go back a little bit. Roll back a little bit of the tape, all right? Listen, I understand that Jonathan Taylor has insane potential, but we haven't seen that potential of Jonathan Taylor pre-contract holdout.
I saw it last year.
We saw flashes of it.
He was hurt the whole season.
No. He held out for his contract too.
I actually put in this too, though. Okay, so for the people that aren't watching, there was some, the people that are sitting at this panel right now that weren't there when the trade happened, right? But there's 2 people that were here. Etienne was offered. Hector doesn't trust Etienne because of last year. So Dom, doing your math, Etienne went in what round?
Round 2.
And who did he go before?
Josh Jacobs?
No, Devontae Adams.
Listen, unfortunately, everybody knows the reason why.
So it's Hector's fault why this trade is bad. So it's Hector's fault.
He made the fucking trade. Of course it's his fault.
Let's get one thing straight here. Let's get one thing straight here. You can't trust that team to come in the playoffs. I did that already. It cost me big time. Okay. Listen, let's talk about this real quick. Look, Devontae Adams, great receiver, past his prime. All right, the elephant in the room. You can't be in your prime. Listen, when you go from Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay, who had a top 5 consistent O-line, to Vegas, who has consistently been a shit team. Yes, your team has been shit. You do not have elite quarterback play. Your O-line is terrible. You don't have any viable options. You just drafted a good tight end. Jacoby Myers is a wide receiver 3, 2, and best.
He's cooking.
Devontae Adams is great, and he could be great in a good system that could surround him. But in Vegas, he just doesn't have any help.
You said that he has no help. He's the only fucking option. So who are they gonna throw it to?
They want to make Devontae Adams a focal point of this offense, and I think they did show that in week 1.
Can you fact check this for me? Can you tell me how many points Jacoby Myers had, please?
Okay,
But I don't think he caught a pass.
We're not talking about Jacoby!
No.
Listen, stop running away from me!
No, sir.
Devontae Adams,
how many points did Jacoby Myers have?
I will check that right now.
Why you gonna check that? Devontae Adams is still fucking relevant. Alright? He might not be
Jacoby Myers last week had 9.4 points.
How many catches?
He had 3 targets, 3 receptions.
Devontae Adams had 10.9 points with 3 extra receptions and no TDs.
That's still volume. That's
way better.
We saw Gardner Minshew last year. He didn't look that bad, alright? He's not the best, but he can get the job done.
But he went to Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas is not that good.
It's the first week with a new team.
No.
He's still getting accustomed to it. And then the only reason why he didn't have that ball is because of the turnovers. Right?
Look what he did to Michael Pittman last year.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the only option, and he's throwing it.
I don't
He's making rash decisions on week 1.
This is what I heard. This is what I heard on this panel. Dom's scared of Dylan's team because Dylan's team's going to beat him now, and he thinks that, and he's scared, and he doesn't want to veto. He's pulling an Ethan. He's vetoing trades that make teams better, and Hector made an irrational trade week 2, and he's trying to justify it when the value doesn't line up. All right? Now, I will say, I think Hector did not get as rinsed as everyone said he did. But I'm just saying that it was an irrational move that didn't need to be made now, and that he could have waited.
But let's be honest here. My teams have always had a stronger wide receiver core than the running back room.
Hector, I'm going to be honest with you, Hector. Your teams suck.
No, they don't.
Playoffs first round.
You got lucky because 3 of my players couldn't put up 26 points.
And we could say this, right? Luck, fantasy football is 90% luck. So you can't throw luck as an argument.
Listen, man.
You can't throw luck.
Man.
I could say you got lucky with Cooper Kupp on that touchdown. I was watching the Commanders game.
No. If I would have beaten you, I would have repeated as champion.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
You're just butthurt because I whooped your ass in the championship round.
Stop it right now. You are speaking out of your ass more than Trump. This is not the presidential debate. This is not the debate, Hector.
They're eating dogs.
Listen.
Hector, look.
There's two sides to it. Dylan does make a stronger team. There's a reality.
Shit, he makes a stronger team. You made him a stronger team.
If you're making him a stronger team, then why are you making a trade?
Listen to me. I think in the long run, depending on how things go, I think it will be a fair trade. Listen, we had some insane reactions, and Chris, you remember this, DJ Moore and Puka Nacua. We remember this trade. It went down as consistently one of the fairest trades that the league has seen. And we, of everybody that knows, we all overreacted on it. So I think it's a little too early to overreact on both sides.
I will say it's too early to make the trade.
It was pretty early to make that trade.
Producer. I'm checking here. After the trade was made, Hector was sitting at 5th on the power rankings, and he dropped down to 12th. After week 1. Now this.
What is that? Is that SP or
this is Fantasy Pros. And Dylan shot up from 7
to 1.
That's insane. What?
Wow.
It's projected that Dylan will win the league.
But look, right? Bottom line. We can cry all you want about trades. I saw Jake and Chris crying over Tua and Brandon Cooks yesterday. And when I knew this trade was going to get passed, everyone was be crying. Like, no one is a fantasy guru. They can't look through their magic ball through this trade.
Let's talk about that trade for a second.
No. I'm not saying that I'm on the side that Dylan probably will win that trade. But I also don't think it's league-breaking as other people are saying.
No, I don't
and that
think
we
it
need
is.
to shake hands and hand Dylan the trophy now. Even though it's funny to say that, and I'll probably say that throughout the year, but I don't think it's like that.
I don't think it's
like that.
All right, look, I need to sit in the middle for this part.
But if Dylan does win, though, I know who
I need to
wins.
sit in the middle for this part. All right. I need to sit in the middle for this part.
And Mikey, when you watch this, I want you to know you are the stupidest man on earth for trading for Tua for Brandon Cooks.
Listen. Alright. I'm here to make a PSA specifically to Jake. I'm here to protect the validity of this league as one of the founding members. Earlier in the group chat today, he told me he told everybody actually, that he's going to leave this league because it's a little ass high school boy league, in his own words. But in reality, as someone who consistently loses week 1 and ends up with a top waiver pick every year, all those TikTok videos from every single fantasy creator that I watch said, pick up Isaiah Likely. Who has Isaiah Likely? Pick up Jeff Mason. Pick up all these guys. And what happened with all those guys? You know who I had to pick up? Tank fucking Bigsby. Alright? So you need to look at this right now. Jake, I hope you're watching this, right? Because week 11 is circle. Week 11 Sunday is circle, alright? Because week 11, I'm coming for that ass, alright?
Plenty of time before that. Plenty of games to be played before that.
But listen, alright? It's not my fault that you dropped Tyjae Spears. And if you really think about it, it's 3 for 2. And yes, I may have given Jameson Williams, who's a big boomer bust player, but at the end of the day, Jake, week 11 is circled. That's all.
Bro, you're beefing with somebody who already got caged in this league before.
I don't
think you remember Hector, but
I think we're getting a little too heated. I think we just leave it at that.
If you
Time will tell about the trades.
If you look at the inaugural season, though, there was 3 people in the race for that cage. Me, Hector, and Jake.
Long-term inaugural. Inaugural was the first season, too. That was the second season.
That was the second season.
Inaugural season with 12 people. There you go.
Alright, we shared our thoughts. Time will tell about the trade, whether it was good or bad.
Yep.
Still wouldn't have made it, and it is what it is.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Alright. So let's go into our next segment. That's pretty hot. Our fantasy predictions. I know Drew dropped his video earlier, but
we'll go through them quick.
We'll talk about Drew. You can come back.
Put your input.
No, I mean Drew, you can stay here. I mean,
we won't go through all the predictions. We'll just go through our games of the week, our upsets of the week, and that's it. And then
why don't we just do a vote on each week, on each game?
I have my people, so.
I mean, I have my game of the week too.
All right, I'll start.
I think game of the week's obvious.
My game of the week. It's not Dom and Harold. It's not me and Daniel Matthew Rodriguez.
You better not pick Jake and Mikey. You better not.
It's Jake and Mikey, baby. Let's go. Mid off in the century. This is like watching the Oakland A's today versus the Chicago White Sox. This is like watching the 2011 Charlotte Bobcats versus the 2000. What year was it? The Browns were 0-16.
2017.
Hey, 2017. It doesn't even matter. This is the game of the week. This is like watching Luke and Bob Mute post up Greg Oden. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. All right.
This is literally just your matchup of last week with Mikey.
Yes, but it's
talking about, bro. Someone 100 for both sides.
Hey, who wants to put a bet? When does Mikey play someone who scores over 120? What week?
Oh, no, week 10. Week 10.
Week 10?
I think it's week 6, week 7.
This man's luck is insane.
Alright.
For my upset of the week, I'm gonna go honestly with.
But you have him down.
I do have him down. I was gonna say Zach over Matt earlier, but I'm gonna go with Harold over Dom.
We're back.
I guess my take was a little bit too crazy.
No, it was perfectly fine. I'm gonna beat Dom. Now touch your face, Dom. Your RB sucks. Listen, your wide receivers are mean. My aim is big.
Listen, repeat again. Listen.
From the technical difficulties, we're going to jump straight into boom or bust because we're running out of airtime. So my boom player of the week is going to be none other than, I want to say Josh Jacobs, but I'm not going to say Josh Jacobs. I'm going to say Malik Neighbors. I'm going to keep pushing the Malik Neighbors narrative until he's dried up like a raisin. He's playing Washington. I know I said he was playing Minnesota. They have that secondary, but he's playing Washington now. I mean, it can't get any worse than this, right?
Stop being delusional being a Cardi fan, bro.
Daniel Jones.
I mean, but my bust player of the week is gonna be Justin Jefferson. I think this week. I know he's been crazy. But my bust for him is different. I'm not saying he's gonna get 5 points. I'm saying he's probably gonna drop like 12.
Is that back-to-back week of Zach's team you picked?
Yep. Yeah. All right, before we get any further, how about we talk about our last week's predictions? Drew, who's your boom player?
Fuck, what am I boom
No, you all did bust. I did.
No, I didn't bust.
So what's your bust?
I had Debo, but in my defense, I didn't know fucking McCaffrey was gonna die.
That's true.
Who was your Zach Moss? I did say 18 plus, but he did drop 14.
He gave me 12 points.
He gave me 14.
He gave me 14.
Chris,
that's real good.
Can you fact check how many points Zach Moss dropped?
I think he had 14.
Yeah, 14. Just say something to bust.
I did say Anthony Richardson, but
Well, I'll go to Emerson.
it took an absolute luck of a piss missile for him.
I'll go to Hector's defense. He only had 9 completions on the.
He only had 9.
And my
9 completions is still 26 points.
Yeah, 9
completions is still 26.
Yeah, 9 completions and throw of the year.
Alright, my bust was Jake London. Drew, I tried to tell you. Unfortunately, I was correct. Alright, so Drew said it. Let's go to Drew. How about you? Who's your boom and bust?
My boom or bust, I'm going with my boom being Najee Harris this week. This, like I said, this is the best matchup we'll ever have. The Denver defense sucks at guarding the run. Like I said, this will be Najee's best game. Warren's still injuring the hamstring, and Fields loves the check downs with his running backs. He might vulture some rushing touchdowns, but Denver sucks at guarding the run in general. And then my boom this week, I was gonna go with
the bust of the week.
My bust of the week. I wanted to be different, so I'm going DK Metcalf against New England for Matt's team. I just think Metcalf's going to have a tough matchup. You saw what they did last week with Chase and Burrow. It's going to be a hostile environment. I think New England's, they're just going to run the ball down the throat, and I think they're going to play press early on for the Seahawks, and they're going to run the ball through Charbonnet and through, I don't know who the other running back is, but I do think that Metcalf will get locked down this week in my buzz of the week.
I like those predictions. Yeah.
We do have the Zach Moss update. Is 14.1 points.
Okay.
It's better than 11, that's all I know.
Respect.
All right, Don.
My boom of the week, surprisingly, on Hector's team, J.K. Dobbins. He's showing clear RB1 on the Chargers offense, and he's playing the pitiful Carolina defense, who fell like dominoes trying to stop Alvin Kamara. We all saw that clip. Listen, I think J.K. Dobbins could easily drop 20 to 30 points this game.
And your bust?
But don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. My bust of the week also is on your team. Derrick Henry. He's not dropping more than 4 points this week. The Raiders D-line looking absolutely fantastic this year.
Now with Joel.
Didn't they give like 22 points to J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah, they gave him 22 points to J.K. Dobbins, right?
Well, still anyways. I'm a firm man's believer. Max Crosby. He is a black man in a white man's body. He is stopping Derrick Henry this week.
Listen, I'm going to start with the bust of the week. Drew, to be honest with you, man, I think the streak goes on. My bust player of the week is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
Listen, that Tampa defense, man, they were flying all over the place week 1. I think that with the amount of offensive time that Baker Mayfield had and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had, I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. It's not looking like a favorable matchup right now for Detroit. Listen, they barely eked out a win. They squeaked out a win against the Rams. I don't see Amon-Ra St. Brown being that much of a target right now. I don't think that he's going to be as good as we think. Now, my boom player, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was a little bit of a situation, but I'm going to keep the streak going. I'm going to go with Jordan Mason as the boom player of the week. Listen, he took CMC's place. Put up 22 points. Okay. Guys, they're playing the Minnesota Vikings. Harrison Smith, questionable. That D-line, not as strong as it was last year. I think that Jordan Mason will pop off for, book it, 26 fantasy points.
That's what I was going to ask you. Right now, Jordan Mason is projected 16.8, so I was going to ask you right now, how much a boom?
26.
26?
26. What we consider as a boom, I picked Harris. How many points is he projected? Okay, all right.
My boom of the week, I will go back to his team. Josh Jacobs. I think he's having a great day. He's having a great day. Jordan Love's out. They have a new QB in who? Malik Willis. Yeah, they ain't gonna throw that ball. And plus the week, who are they facing?
Indiana.
Terrible. Who just gave up 26 points to Joe Mixon.
This is the best matchup for
Yeah. So I think he's going to go off this game. I think he's going to run down the ball down to Indiana's Colt's throat, and then he's going to rack up those fucking points. He might get a couple touchdowns too. I'd beware. So
they just gave up 26 points to Joe Mixon. So
my bust of the week. CD.
No!
He's gonna bust harder than Tyreek Hill did. That's ridiculous, man. You can see he can't handle the pressure of my command.
We'll settle this on Sunday, right? But Chris, the cameraman back there. Who's your boom and bust player of the week?
My buzz is gonna be also Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think he'll be able to do it. I really don't. I guess he must have fucked the quarterback's wife or something. He does not like him. My boom would also be Jordan Mason. He looked great in that Week 1 performance, and I think he's going to do real good. And if McCaffrey's on the IL, which is looking like he is,
pretty probable, yeah.
Mason will take a huge role.
So I just want to say the two people who don't know ball in this panel just picked the same boom or bust. I just want to point that out.
Hey, for the audience watching, book it. Amon-Ra St. Brown at maximum will get 9.7 points.
So
that's not busting. That's regular.
He's projected like 17.
Busting is like 7 points. He's projected 17.
The same question I was going to ask you, Chris. What's What's a boom to you in Jordan Mason?
A boom to me, Jordan Mason. He was projected over the season. He was projected 6 points.
No, he's projected 17 right now.
17 now, but before McCaffrey got here, he projected 6
Yeah,
points.
but right
now, I think he will at least get 18, 19.
That's a regular.
He's RB1. That boom's like 20,
Boom has to be
22.
like a big.
Alright, you got your boom of the bust of the week.
What is ESPN? ESPN has what they deem a boom and a bust.
ESPN's boom is higher than 5 point something.
5 points on their projection?
Yeah. It's like 6 points or something like that. But it varies per player. So it's...
No, Jamar Chase's is like really bad. Like his projected points is like this big.
Well, they're also...
And then his bust is everything after before it and it's...
So Jordan Mason's boomer bust is 18, his bust is 28%.
No.
The points.
His points are 16.8.
That's a bust?
That's what he's projected.
Yeah. But
His boom is 20.
Okay.
St. Brown busting would be 8.2. Him booming would be 20.8.
Okay, so
that's what it's like.
the one for Jordan Mason is 10.3 is a bust. 20.3 is a bust.
Okay. Jesus.
So now we got that all out the way. We're gonna call it right here. We'll go ahead and we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully this rivalry right here between me will settle down.
I can't wait next week when my fucking team beats your ass.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You got 3.
Shut up, you can't fucking win a game.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I'm just letting you guys know, if I don't drop 120 this week, I play Mikey next week.
Oh, we have breaking news. Breaking news. According to Cumball News, Tom Brady is going to the Dolphins.
Bro. Tyreek Hill, wide receiver 1.
Gumball news.
That is Inside the Harvest. Signing off.
Tom Brady, and I quote, he said, fuck it, Tyreek down there somewhere.
Alright, guys. Dylan, you want to close it?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and close it again. Inside the Harvest.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Peace.